Yes, my people, I greet to now how na day. The Super Eagles of Nigeria don't lift the Unity Cup after a thrilling encounter for G Tech Stadium for Brentford. So congratulations to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We done retain the Unity Cup after a thrilling 2-2 draw after 90 minutes with the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. But the Super Eagles of Nigeria compete the Reggae Boys of Jamaica for penalties 5-4. But tell me, what do you think about the Super Eagles' performance against the Reggae Boys? If you also be from Jamaica, tell me what you think about the performance of the Reggae Boys. If you think so, the performance they make sense. Well. But for me, the Super Eagles of Nigeria get a lot of work to do under coach Eric Sekoshile, because we go into a game where we say, we there for the driving seats, we they make things they happen, we they show working, and we they let the opposition they get back into the game. And two times after we score the first goal, we know that we not even settle down at all. Defensive mistakes lead to the equalizer for Jamaica. Score again. Defensive mistakes again also lead to another equalizer. So I think say Coach Eric Sekoshile get a lot of work to do for inside the hand, and him go they worry with how him team they make this kind of mistakes, they make this kind of errors where they lead to go. But if you join us, you're welcome for today's stream where we say more, we can talk about what we think about the Super Eagles performance against Jamaica. But congratulations first to the Super Eagles of Nigeria as the general no performance where they up to the standard of the Super Eagles going into this game. Many of us expect to see a very dominating performance, but credit also to the Reggae Boys of Jamaica, because they tried to make them very difficult for the Super Eagles. They put up a fight the first half. They're very, very physical. And some of those 50-50 tackles, a lot of them, both teams make sure say they put in their 100% for these tackles. And people can't even they wonder if this is actually a Unity Cup competition, because the players on the pitch, they make sure say the game just be like the temple of the game, not just be like a friendly competition. They played for pride, they play for also the fans way also the watch to support both nations. But a very good competition in general, in my opinion. I think say we see some good quality. That spirit of competitiveness also show face for the competition. But yes, our organic on this organic. How about the higher side?
I'm fine. Oh, all thanks to God. How they go?
We did organic. While you did join us, I just dey talk about the intensity of the game today. Some people call the question actually, if not really Unity Cup, because some tackles where we see today, it tell you say both sides no hungry, both teams really want to win this competition at the end of the day. But what do you think about the intensity and some of the tackles we see flying around for the game today?
And the Jamaicans, they not sabi play ball. So yes, let's be frank and sincere. They don't know how to play ball. They know it's if injury comes. I don't know if they believe that if injuries come, Nigeria will lose more,
Mm,
because that's the reason why they were giving
the tackles.
those tackles. The first one
Mm,
for Tank Tank. The second one
yeah.
for Chukwueze. Even outside that, there were tackles. They were flying. The Nigeria were playing it like we were just playing it as like a friendly match. When they take those tackles serious, that was when Nigeria knew that these guys are serious and they had to go out for them the same way. But at the
Mm.
same time, I don't know if you remember the yellow card Nigeria get, apart from the one who Wambale carry his chief and cut his character, go inside the pitch, they go pound Percy from shares. But on the pitch, I don't know if you remember the yellow card when Nigeria gets.
Okay. But shout out to you, Organic. Akosa, shout out to Akosa. Akosa the talk said the Super Eagles are really super today. Well, I don't think say the performance really super, but they get the job done. So I will give them credit for that one. But Organic Kaizo, how you see the performance from the Super Eagles today? Make we dive enter inside the matter. How you see the Super Eagles performance today?
Real quick,
Mm,
this is where coach is coming. I don't know how many
mm,
right back took the competition,
yeah.
but from this game we could show that this our right back not get pace, and to
You know,
beat them
Sabi
is
defend.
easy. To beat them, they very easy.
Mm,
Just try take the ball, line the ball, making us see you. Oh, the two balls come from the same in wing of
Yeah.
the lineup. Then secondly, I go blame the two central defenders. You
Mm.
consider the first goal from that kind of play. The
Mm.
second goal, I'll blame the second central defenders and I'll blame the coach who had known that they had that pacey wingers for the game.
Wingers.
What do you do? Is for you to fill in to make sure that something of such never happen again in the second half.
Mm.
The second half too, same thing, constantly go in that position was see the same thing that happened. How? The line our defender bringing the ball. Two of their players were in front of our goalkeeper. Waiting the central defenders them they do. Why are they two of their players in front of our goalkeeper? The first goal, I go blame the defense and I'll blame the goalkeeper when he come out of line because
Mm.
where he come out from, he not reach the ball and the ball passed through the full line, go their outright winger where be like say score the goal. So the goalkeeper is supposed make that calculation when it's they see the pace of the ball because it's supposed to return back to the in position. So the
Yeah.
two goals we will concede na good play and lack of our defensive
Concentration.
organization
Mm.
concentration and make us concede the two goal. But in nine game, a total dominant from Nigeria for the whole of the game. I think they have two shots on target, and that was the two goals. But Nigeria had
Yeah.
some half chances.
Mm.
Lakadaro had some half chances where he could score
Mm.
goals, but I don't know if he's
Arokodare.
unlucky. Aroko Dare had
Mm.
some half chances where he could score goal. I don't know if he's unlucky. Uh, I would say for a very long time, Chukwueze have not been able to prove himself, but today
He never, he never, he never performed like this in a long
for
time
this
for the Super
game,
Eagles shit.
we saw
Mm.
the maturity in the game. And on this game, I will tell you, Moses Simon did not do anything in the
Mm.
game. I don't know if it's because they were going for him two against one, and he was not playing with the left winger.
Mm.
In fact, the way they set up their play, and they allow us to drive through the middle. Which, if we had a good number 10 before, would have paid off. But because we didn't have a good number 10, we always take the ball to the side. I don't know the reason why they did not call places like Joel Aribo. This would have been an opportunity to test his ability if he's still in Super Eagles or not. But the coach knows why. Because one of the things we lack in this game, we do not have a number 10 in the game. So the balls go
Mm.
to the wing, out wing, and we try to bring crosses inside the game, which they always take out. See Alakodaro enter the game, which changes the dynamic of the game, which when the crosses they come inside the game, him himself, they feel they attack the balls and stuff like that.
Mm.
So that
Okay.
is just it. But
Concerning
like I
from
would
this
say,
game, now the two goals where we score. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say indeed they had a very good game, control the midfield, even though he was
Mm.
playing safe as well. Chukwueze, Onyeka, natural village people come, carry ball, they play ball, one score spectacular.
Yeah.
Where you have an outright left winger open there that you spread the ball to for you to push the ball
Mm.
into the
I
defense.
wonder, I wonder why no make the easy pass there. Why decide to go for the difficult one?
The reason why he not make the easy pass now, the reason he did for Middlesbrough, they play for championship. That's the reason why. When you keep on making the wrong decisions in the field of play, my brother, you find it difficult to play for the white man team. You find it
So,
difficult
but
to
but
play for
but
the white.
but, but organic, make we come back a little bit to this our defensive issues than what we did see in the last couple of games. For me, I think say Coach Eric Sekoshile really get a lot of work for a hand, especially for that our right side of defense. Because we know say the game against Zimbabwe, the goal where they score us come from that part of the field. The goal where they score we consider also against Ghana, similar kind of play. This goes against Jamaica also, in very similar fashion. What do you think, say, be the way forward with these defensive mistakes where we the cause, this lack of organization, like you call them, when they go with the see for the defense, so they cut out, through balls like that for our defense? Because considering these goals, now one big worry for me. And our game management matter, it gets as it take day. So Dave, from winning position twice, we let the Reggae Boys get back into the match, and this is a match where we suppose try to kill the game off. How you see these worries then when at the race concerning the Super Eagles and some of our weaknesses from this Unity Cup and the game against Zimbabwe?
You know, just like I tell you before, in the game of football
Yeah.
presently, the coach had a lot to do more than the players. And when I talk, people they
Mm,
feel side the joke. The club the coach have a lot to do more than the players. First of all, under Pacero, conceding goal was very
exactly.
difficult for us during Nations Cup. Before Nations Cup, it was easy, but when you pick up the three back line and
Yeah. Three
five
center back.
midfielders
Yeah.
and
Mm,
three back line and four midfielders and what's his name, three attackers, it was easy for him to play, but it's just that he wasn't having more men on the attacking position. Now, this guy
mm,
came in now with an attacking formation, which he needs to work on his defensive formation. Just like I tell you about the game management coming from Mali against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast had a red
exactly.
card. They scored first. Ivory Coast went on to win the game with a red card in extra time, 2-1.
Mm,
So that will
yeah.
tell you how poor he is when it comes to tell you how
Game
poor he is
management.
when it comes to game management. Now,
Mm,
when you're winning a team, first of all, how did you concede the first goal? You scored first. Chukwueze make a very good dribble on the midfield. You pick the ball. When you pick the ball, your left winger was not ready for the ball, because if, like, as the ball moved, your wingers, which is your right and your left wingers, your left and your right defensive midfielders move. That's pastoral. Yes, PSG. If both of them move before,
mm,
yes. If both of them move before, Chukwueze would have had an opportunity of who he would take the ball to win to, but he wanted to give a true pass, which he passed the ball directly to the midfielder of Jamaica. Now, this is what we talk about coaches. The way you set up the game. The game this period now has to do on of the ball and off the ball. When they
yeah.
received the ball, what happened? It's not that they were more than us in our half, but our defensive line were not coordinated. Thank God we had these matches. We could be able to understand that this coach had to work on the defensive line of
The
Super
defense.
Eagles.
Mm,
He has to work on the Super Eagles defense. He has to work on game management. He has to work on many things. Because at the end of everything, the reason why we drew Zimbabwe, who put us on the difficult position of World Cup, you are removing attackers to bring in attacker. When you knew that you scored at about 50 something minutes of the game, you
mm,
needed to bring in another midfielder or a defender that will assist Bright Hosseini and even in Didi in that midfield. Because that goal we considered, I will still tell you, is the fault of Bright Hosseini and Didi that made us concede that goal. Now, same thing today, defensive error. So one thing I'll tell you is that it's not all about the right back, because if our defenders position well, we should
yeah.
understand that, first of all, we should be able to coordinate the offside track.
Mm,
Then the second goal, there is no excuses for that, because the guy carried the ball almost to the flank, which is almost to the over area, which is almost to the lines, the goal line before he brought the ball in. So how
mm,
come two of the attackers are in front and at the back of our defenders? What were they thinking? What kind of offside line are they drawing?
mm. So to,
So
to
he
add
has
to
to
that
do.
one, to add to that this talk we dey talk organic. I don't know. I think today without that senior leadership for that center back problem day, because just like you talk about the defense organization now, whether now Stanley Wabali go organize them or whether now a senior center back, because we know say a senior center back they miss for
The
the
same
today
Stanley
game.
Wabale where be like say the same
Mm,
Stanley Wabale where be like say the first goal was nowhere to be found.
mm,
The first goal was a nice cross. Our defenders were nowhere to be found there.
mm,
I don't know where our left back did when their own
Their right winger, right
their
winger.
right winger they come inside the team, they score that goal
Mm.
for them.
Our
Position
left
very
back there
well.
supposed tracking run to
Our
block him
left
up.
back supposed track the runs.
Mm.
You they get me? One they cannot coordinate defense. Normally we know he's a Curtis and he's a chief.
Oga,
So
organic, abeg, abeg.
he's a Curtis and he's a chief. And you're seeing the attitude of Curtis and Curtism and chief inside him. That's the reason why he could not coordinate himself at
But
the
it's too
first
funny.
front of post. Enough he coordinates himself. I tell you the truth. This is where people comes and start telling you that, oh, these are defender, people like the Trusecon, they are old, they are
Mm.
that and this and that. Experience counts as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Experiences count as well. There is no defender in this world that doesn't concede goals. The like of
Normally.
Puyo, Nadim Maria send and
Mm.
go retirement. The like of the Mandini, they were being dreamballs one or two times. They were being at play one or two times in the game of football.
Mm.
Van Dijk today, what would they talk? Say people they say Van Dijk is the best defender in the
Mm.
Premier League history and the rest.
Liverpool
Remember
see they
what
concede
Isak do
goals.
him.
Mm.
Remember what Isak do him this season. That game they lost a bit. You remember the one touch when even the same Liverpool lost against Newcastle for
PSG.
Carabao Cup final. So
Mm.
this will make you understand that football defenders they concede goals. But one
True
thing you
talk.
check, how many goals this defender they concede week in, week out.
Mm. Mm.
We lack we lack maturity in this defense.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if Sami Ajayi play in this game, if we would have considered these goals.
Yeah, exactly.
But already
Exactly. Because
Semi Ajayi has already crossed 30. So bringing
yeah,
these two
because
young players to try in the defensive
yes,
line, not
a
a
little
bad
bit, a
idea.
little bit of inexperience there for inside that centre back pairing. But the Brentford under
But
20
bring your
player
champion.
organic.
Hold
What do you
water.
think about in debut?
Oh,
The under 20 player from Brentford we making debut.
left
We
back.
play centre back.
Which of
Benjamin,
them? Benjamin, the
Benjamin,
number.
Benjamin. Yes, the number 3. Benjamin Frank
Now,
Frederick.
one thing I'll tell you for is that one v
Mm,
one they didn't lose ball.
yeah.
1v1, they did not no even as strong as the Jamaica attackers because they are so pacey.
Mm,
They not lose ball. This is for you to understand that they are well coordinated. They did not lose ball.
yeah.
No, that is for you to tell you that they have the strength to run. The
Mm,
only disadvantage here is this little mistake, balls into the 18, how to keep the right
mm.
offside and stuff like that. These are just the
Yeah, no, no,
mistake.
nobody take step into that leadership role. So try to do coordination. But say another thing what we talk about for the on the other stream now say that unit never really did the pitch because if you look the back four today, that na a back four we never played together before. Sodiq, Frederick, Igor Ogbu, and Felix Agu. This back four we never see him before. Felix Agu also they making debut. Also they making debut for the match. But organic, what do you think about Felix Agu debut? What we see today? Because I think say that goal, his performance was very decent. He tried to show us what he go fit do on the ball. But defensively, I just see some areas when he go need to do some improvements because like the goal is supposed to try to track back with that Jamaica right winger, but him leaving man for there. But in all, I think it was a good debut for Felix Agu. But Organic, what do you think about Felix Agu debut? Organic, you dey hear me? If you dey hear me, respond. Tell me what you think about Felix Agu. But yeah, Akposa, they agree with what they talk. Say Felix Agu, a try for in debut today. But Organic, Kenzo, what do you think
Felix,
about Felix
they're talking
Agu?
about the left back. You're talking about the
Yes,
left
the
back.
left back, where
Okay,
spray here.
okay. He had a nice game.
Mm,
He had a very nice game. The only thing I did not so much was not concentrated by him was I don't know whether because he was looking at the 18, his final touch will be difficult.
Mm.
Not just the final touch, not just the final touch. Uh,
Sorry.
not be just the final touch.
Yeah.
Not like I'm not talking about final touch like say the field try ball. His final decisions when he
Final
get to the
balls. Final
opponent
balls.
side, the
Mm.
final balls when he get to the opponent side, I wasn't comfortable with him.
Mm.
Then another thing, I see the physicality when it comes to African football
Mm.
because we play Jamaica. If he meets a very good team, there I feel they will bully him a little bit, but more not just talk, more not just talk with Matt.
Based
Let's
on
see
one
what
game.
we go.
Mm.
Yes, but he had a very good game. I'll give him a good point. He had a very good game. On his first game, that was nice.
Okay.
That was
I
nice.
totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And me and you also agree on the concern for a game. But also, what do you think about Nathan Teller overall performance today? We're gonna say Nathan Teller now
Nathan,
person where he never to get too much opportunity like that. But what do you think about in performance for this game today?
Nathan Pella I was not really, I'm not really there with the name. I'm not really there. What's his name? I'm not really
Impressed
impressed with him. Whether
in
maybe
performance?
positioning,
Okay.
because what I noticed is that I think the coach played 4-4-2 formation. It
Yes,
was
4-4-2.
he played 4-4-2 formation. He was
He
using
play for
this
right wing.
guy. Yeah, he will play for right wing and sometime he go pair with this guy. What's his name? Go pair with Dresser for top. But
Mm.
that's not what thing they played before. He plays top nine in Bayern Leverkusen, so I see no reason why that should be an excuse for him. I don't really see he fits inside the game. I thought full first half, I not see what he play full first half.
Mm.
The whole of first half, I didn't see what he played. So I'm not really that impressed with him football today. I wasn't impressed.
Okay. So, but make we talk about Chukwueze wey be like be the standout player for the Super Eagles for this game because say a lot of times we dey complain about Samuel Chukwueze because we don't see wetin Chukwueze go fit do on a day, and the expectation wetin we dey expect for Chukwueze dey always dey very high, and the kind of performance wey he perform today na wetin many of us dey wan see on a very consistent level for Samuel Chukwueze. How you see
Okay.
the way he try to make things happen for the team today, even though say the Jamaica players, they try to rough him up a little bit, try to kick him a lot. But how you see the way he try to make things happen for the Super Eagles today?
This now the super the talent what we know from under 17.
Exactly.
The talent of the Shukwu is there we know from under 17 today. He really proved himself of he really proved himself. Tell us say he's good enough
Mm,
to wear the Nigerian jersey and he's good enough to play for a similar.
no be lie.
So I'm not gonna lie for you. He had a very nice game. A very nice game. Most of his decisions were matured, except
Mm.
when Chris Shetta had for one ball where he used a button stamp defender. Like say he had a reset button for that position. His
Yeah.
decisions were very matured.
Okay.
Decisions were
So
very mature to the which I'm very happy about.
true talk. So, but what do you think about Siri Desa's performance in the absence of some of the star strikers who we get?
Perfect,
How you
perfect,
see
perfect,
Desa's performance again?
perfect. I saw a maturity in the guys' football.
Mm,
I saw a maturity on the guy's football today. I won't tell a lie. I saw
mm,
a maturity on his football. I saw that maturity when he's supposed to get. I will tell you something. I'll tell you something with his kind of play today. I'll tell you
yeah.
something. He deserves playing for Super Eagles.
True talk. True talk.
I heard he deserves playing for Super Eagles ahead of them. Man Sadiq and everything because Sadiq has not really proved himself on the Super Eagles
Mm,
line and stuff like that. He did it
mm.
only when he did
Sorry.
it on the under 23. That's what he did.
Mm. I totally agree
So
with this thing where you
I'll
talk.
tell you from
Yeah, I totally agree with this point
the
where you dey make
maturity,
now because
the ball
go ahead, go ahead.
position,
Mm,
ideas. runs, hold up play. Wow, he did a very good play job.
Yes, I totally agree with your point where you make concerning Siri Desas for me because I think say Desas don't add more edict to the coach in terms of that striking position because our strikers currently they do fantastic job for their different club. Tolu Arokodare we also play today, score 20 plus goals for a Genk. Siri Desas score about 18 league
That
goals. I think 20 something plus goals
that's
in
that
total.
Tolu Alokoda. That Tolu
We go
Alokoda
get
need
to
to.
Tolu. We go get to Tolu. But talking about Siri Desas, like we they talk, for me, Desas also, they show the coach say, yes, I need to be among the strikers when could execute the Super Eagles games going forward. And one of the things when I like about Siri Desas now say he know where go day, he know how to take in chances, and also he deliver a very good ball where Tolu Arokodare is supposed to take score today. That pass when he lay for Tolu for there. If not some strikers, they go one day greedy for the organic, make them fire shots by themselves. But he insists that Tolu they in a better position, but he show maturity like organic they talk and selflessness to lay the ball for him teammate. But Tolu also they unlucky not to convert that chance there. But it was a good build-up play from the Super Eagles they, overall. But I think say Siri Dessa has not showed the coach what he go also fit bring to the team. A different kind of striker, a different kind, but also a very direct striker and a striker will know him way around goal post. But organic, make we talk small a little bit about Moses Simon today, the skipper of the team. A player, the most senior player on the pitch, one of the most senior players with the likes of Wilfred Ndidi. How you see Moses Simon performance today, even though say he get go, you don't talk about some areas where you're not today impressed of his performance. Make we hear from you concerning Moses Simon.
He is. I don't know what happened today to his 1v1.
Mm,
His 1v1 was very poor. Very, very poor. I never expected it from him. He could not beat the Jamaica winger at all.
mm,
Now, when Tolu entered the game, he changed his football. Now started flying balls into the 18, which was very nice of him. But in overall, this not be the person I be like say we know.
mm. Yes, in
Not be the
overall,
person we
this
know be
not
this one.
this exactly in overall this not be the standard of performance where we know for Moses Simon, but make we assume
Yeah,
say
we know from him.
now off day at the office for Moses Simon. So, but you better talk something about Tolu Arokodare. Make we hear from you concerning what you think about Tolu Arokodare cameo for the game, 65 minutes
Something I could
substitute.
just tell you now. Now say
Mm,
what I would just say now is something I noticed about him. He need to work on his luck because he's positioning very well
mm,
as an attacker today. He still prove himself against Zambia. I prove himself against Rwanda. I prove himself.
mm,
He's positioning very well. The only thing is just luck. Just
mm.
luck. Just luck. Maybe too much of being anxious and stuff like that. Because when you too day anxious, sometimes to prove yourself, they make mistake. Because the ball
Yeah,
where Drace has given that ball, it's supposed to get on target.
true,
It's supposed
true.
to get on target. Then the ball where be like say he gets what's his name? The boy be like say he gets against this guy when they give him when
Zimbabwe.
he had two balls when he did two balls when he had to win.
Okay, okay.
Two balls when he had to win. I won't tell a lie. For today,
Mm.
those now balls when be like say
Supposed to be on
sometimes
target.
we always talk about Osimhen. If
Mm.
Osimhen get those balls, the guy go take plan.
Net supposed shake.
If not shake, keeper go make spectacular save.
True talk.
Understand?
True
So
talk.
luck still join, and I think just like which
Mm.
I talk, being too anxious is still with it.
Still
Being
join.
too anxious, yes, still join.
I won't score the goal. I won't score the goal. So, but what do you think about the small minutes where our guy play Christantos Uche? Say we don't talk about a long time when we talk about the top performance from the Nigerians where they play ball, all around the globe. We talk about Christantos Uche that
Mm,
time. What thing we see about this small minutes, and me personally, I dey hope say we
but
go see more from for that friendly with Russia. What do you think about this small minute where we see from Chrisantos Uche?
Well, to me, he
Mm.
had a very good game. The only challenge I get for him now say the only challenge when I see now say
Mm.
is he an assisting attacker or a number 10? Because I never watch her for Getafe once. The day
Now
when I
where the
go
coach
find a
utilize and
match
play for
again,
the game.
because there is something I see. The guy get power. He get
Yeah.
power. He can carry ball. He can carry ball. So
Yes.
I don't know of his passes yet.
Mm.
I don't know of his passes yet, but he can carry ball.
Now very combative midfielder, like you talk. Crisantos which is a very combative midfielder. And him also if he play as a number 10, if he play as a number 8 for you, because say if you look at him, is a player where we say, big because him now also a good creator. He get about 6 assists this season and 4 goals for the Getafe team. So that has to tell you, say, now a player where gets high for goal. And like you talk organic, he sabi carry the ball. The only thing when he go just need to refine for a game a little bit now the number of yellow cards then when they collect and red card you need to tune that one down. But is a very solid midfielder and just like you talk, it go there interesting for us to see how the coach want utilize them. If he want utilize them as a more deep midfielder or a midfielder we go play very high up the pitch because just like you talked today, Santos Uche play very high up the pitch, pretty much like a second striker as a number 10, as a very attacking midfielder. But moving forward, we go see how Coach Eric Sekoshile, what will be the plan when he get for the player
And he
and
not
how he
disappoint
want you
us.
to.
Oh.
No, you
And he
not
not
disappoint at
disappoint
all.
us.
He show
The
working.
few times where the ball reach his leg, he proved that he can be able to
Yeah,
play anywhere around the midfield.
exactly. He show working. He show working like you talk. So, but in general, before we go wrap up, I know say you know what the Champions League final. I also want to go there. Waiting be our take home as a nation, as a team, as a people from this Unity Cup for you, organic.
We've seen this team. We've seen how he set up the game.
Yeah.
The take on now say the next match now will show more of what he's doing, how he's
Mm,
bringing his plan to the players, what he's telling the players and stuff like that. I don't know if senior players will play against the Russia team or he will still
yeah.
take this team to Russia. So me, I don't know yet. But at the end of everything, I will tell you for free, say he needs to work on his defensive decision. Or else he wants to be as scoring teams. Just
Mm,
like what Barcelona does. If he wants to be playing an high life football, will not get problem. If he can escort teams, he will not get problem.
yeah. Exactly, because just like you talk organic, me I also agree with that point. I feel like we need to know how that defensive solidity. We also need to bring them into our setup because yes, we know say you want to attack, but we also need to show up the back. We also need to make sure say we know they concede the kind goals where we dey concede because the kind goals where we dey concede na goals where they avoidable. You know, say get the kind goal where they go score you. You self no go even complain say this goal where they score me. You go know say na golazo be that one. But the kind goals we dey concede na goals where they avoidable, goals where we suppose fit correct. So I dey hope say him go bring a put an end to those goals when we dey concede. But organic, before we wrap up the stream, how you see the way we take the penalties during the penalty shootout? How you see them? Because AFCON no far,
Because what
we go play AFCON, and we don't know whether any of our
it,
knockout game go carry us reach AFCON. How you see the way we execute our penalties for this competition?
it was it was nice. A little bit of luck, but it was nice.
Mm.
I like the confidence on the penalty takers. It's just that say shift. I don't know if the shift the cash today. Shift. I don't know if the shift. I don't know if the shift the cash today. But it was nice.
All right. This one they come from King and Dog. King and Dog talk say the performance from Nigeria they embarrassing. Say Nigeria no supposed let Jamaica hold them 2-2. Organic, what do you get to talk about this one before we wrap up the stream? Make I
But
also go to
leave
the
that
Champions League
guy.
final.
Leave that guy. Leave that guy. Say Nigeria are not supposed to. Most of Jamaican players, almost all of them is playing in England and in Europe. So what do you expect? What do you expect? You just expect walking past them. No expect that kind
Ginga
of
dog.
football now.
Yes, on paper Nigeria is the bigger name, but at the end of the day, you still need to play the round leather ball
There is
for inside
nothing like
pitch,
on
and
paper. There is nothing
and
like on
and the
paper in
team will
football
want am
again.
more. The team will want am more at the end of the day. Nine go get am. But credit to the Jamaica team, credit to the Reggae Boys. They put up a fight. They show say they also want to win the Unity Cup. So they put out a good performance. So they credit to them. Yes, the performance from the Nigerian side they a little bit disappointing. I agree with.
We
I could talk about
dominated
that
the
one.
game. We dominated the game
But
hundred
win the game. But
percent.
win the game in
The
90
only
minutes.
thing, the people had two chances, meaning they
Yes.
had a game plan.
Mm.
There is this football, you must have a game plan. They had a game plan. They had two shots on target, two goals.
Everybody go come with game plan normally.
Yes,
Now, but this na game organic. See my concern. This na game when we for close up shop for 90 minutes. We'll not get any business letting this game go to penalty, in my opinion, because we let them get back into the game. And just like we talk on the stream, it still goes back to our game management wahala what we dey talk about.
the truth of
When
the
we
issue
there
now,
for winning
sef,
position, make we close these games off. Not they let teams they get back
the
into
truth of the
the game.
issue now, say we don't talk the word already. Say one
Mm,
of the problem we had today was what we had today was the idea of the defensive errors.
mm,
We had defensive error. We had defensive errors for the game today.
yeah.
The two goals were defensive error, and we blame the coach as well. But apart from the two games, we not really see where they dominated the game from midfield to the attack to their goalkeeping to everywhere. We had
Yeah.
goals, we had chances to kill the game. We missed chances,
Exactly.
which we go work on.
Exactly.
This is why you play friendly match. You don't play friendly
Mm,
match and start coming to insult players and everything. Remember, this back line is the first time they are playing. Out of the back line, two players is making their debut today.
good point. And I agree with your point.
The full back line is today they are starting. Don't
The
forget
first time they
again,
are
in
playing
this
together,
game,
and
I
the
think
first time that they
they are
play
playing
together be that.
together. Don't
They
forget
never
that I
played
think
together
this shall be
before.
the second time that you are seeing Onyeka and Ndidi, apart from the Ghana match,
Mm,
playing as a midfielders. You understand?
mm,
It's the second time you're seeing them. It's the first time you're seeing Netapela and Grace is playing as an attacker.
mm,
So most of the players you see on the game today were players that they bring in. He's trying to like bring his idea into the game. That is why it's a friendly match. There is nothing like on paper. Football don't pass on paper. Nigeria, you guys should leave this on paper issue. Football now is either your coach know how to play on the ball. He needs to
yeah.
learn how to coach on the ball and off the ball. There is nothing like, hey, Okosha dey side the field, we go win the match. Okosha go slow, he no go see ball play. If you play against teams like Burundi, the coach were able to line his players very well. You will surprise that your players on play paper will not say anything to play on the pitch.
Mm,
So live on paper.
okay.
Football these
Okay.
days has everything to do with the coach. When the coach doesn't get it right, there is nothing like say it's a player fight. No player fight. You will lose woefully. That is why you
Good
see
point.
big teams
Yeah,
end
go
up.
ahead.
That's why you see big teams end up in the funny place in the table. Before you see big teams can be able to maneuver themselves to even Champions League and the rest. You don't see it anymore. There is nothing like on paper again.
Mm. Good points you make. Good points you make, organic. But organic, which areas you think say the team do very well in general over these two games, the games against Ghana, the game against Jamaica, the areas we do
And
very
like I
well
tell you,
where
I not watch the
yeah,
game against I tell you,
Ghana.
I not watch the game
Mm.
against I
Ghana,
not watch the
Ghana.
game against Ghana. So I didn't
Yeah.
really see all the plays, just highlights I
Mm.
watched. I beg, I
Inter
beg. More
Milan.
go watch this sharp, but more go watch this
Exactly,
Champions League.
exactly.
I beg.
So,
I
but
know the,
organic,
I know the
thank you for
process.
joining us. Immediately after the Champions League final, we'll also be here again with Nikai
All
and
right,
Zobo.
thank you.
In general, good performance from Nigeria, good performance from Jamaica. Everybody that came on the stream today to share their comments. Akposa, shout out to you. Akbosa. Shout out to King and Doc. Shout out to everybody also that participated in the Unity Cup, Jamaica, Nigeria, Trinidad and Tobago, and Ghana and Ghanaians who came out third as they beat Trinidad and Tobago to clinch the third place in the Unity Cup. But congratulations to the Super Eagles, congratulations to Nigeria, congratulations to Jamaica, Ghanaians, and Trinidad and Tobago. We hope to see another edition of the Unity Cup pretty much soon, maybe next around the same time next summer. So, but everybody that supported today's stream, if this is your first time, you just see our stream, you just see our channel, and you've not subscribed to the channel, press that subscribe button and turn on that notification button. On this channel, we talk about African football, all around African football. We talk about European football. We talk about everything football on the channel. So leave us a like, leave us also a comment on the stream. Tell us what you think or what your thoughts are about the performance of the Super Eagles, or what your thought be about the performance of the Super Eagles. But I remain Akbos. I will join you guys again. I will see you guys again immediately after the Champions League final, because we'll also come here to give our thoughts. PSG are currently 2 goals up against Inter Milan. It's looking like we are going to have a new candidate or a new UEFA champion, a new member in the UEFA Champions League club. But stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, my people. I don't come out for studio. Una bye bye.